He might not get
with each fight.
Found the range with the backhand in the previous round and showed that he had good variation in his...
What round was that? Round number 3. Just scored a stoppage via body shot. The previous round scored a very, very big KO with a right hand just right there on the ear. I'm surprised, actually, that Prasovic got up from that. I'm History Controversy with FightView360.com. This is the co-feature to Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk. That crowd is amazing. We've had some controversy on the card where Florian Marku, in my opinion, got a clear decision, but one judge had him losing 99 to 91. Colin Smith got a brutal KO over Lennon Castillo. Likely one of the knockouts of the year, had him literally down there twitching. Campbell Hatton, let's see if we can get you a highlight of the body shot. It's going to come around. Boom. Took him right there. Campbell Hatton got his first gift, a glorious gift, wrapped up all nice professionally against a Sonny Martinez. Disgraceful. The referee was the judge, by the way. I forgot that the UK does that over there for early fights. Hold on. I can't show too much because the DAZN will copyright my ass. Here it is. Boom. That ended him right there. Yo, Okolie got the goods. I'm very close to saying, and I think I talked about it in my last video, I'm very close to saying, like, yo, he can become undisputed at 200 pounds cruiserweight. I wonder what his weight is like, and does he have issues making 200 pounds? Because from what I'm seeing, he really doesn't. Like, he seems to be somewhat on par with his weight. So, as we're looking at the cruiserweight division here, we're going to listen to the post-fight interview. It's time for him to unify, and damn it, I keep doing the same thing. Every time I cover a Lawrence Okolie fight, I always say I need to watch more Urslan Gulamarian fights, Miriam. I actually watched some fights of his before in the past, but I forgot how he fight. That's the only thing, because I can say he can beat Makabu. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Briedis, it's going to be tough, and it may be an ugly fight because Briedis is a very good inside fighter, but if Okolie box, I think he can beat Briedis. But I think he should go after Makabu next. Or Gulamari, and then the bigger money in all of those fights are going to be with Briedis. Damn, I missed it. Hold on, turn it up. Turn it up. So far, I
Did
can
we learn
say
anything new about Lawrence here tonight, Roy?
I've enjoyed this card.
go to the body, something that we probably haven't seen much of. But he still has a few little technical issues that he want to tighten up on before he goes in against somebody like Briedis, because those guys don't allow you to make mistakes. There are a few mistakes that he's still making, and I can't call him out because that's not my job. But you want to tighten up a few more things before you challenge those other champions.
Yeah, I agree with that. There are some little fundamental things they could tidy up on, but one thing's for sure, he is working really well and improving all the time under Shane McGuigan.
You know, you have to give him that. He is improving. You have to give him that. So let's break down the, we'll keep saying 100, fucking 200-pound cruiserweight division. Makabu, did I cover his last fight? It was crazy when he fought Machuno. I covered that fight. It was like in a gymnasium. They were going wild up in there, bro. Did he fight after that? He did. How did I miss this fight? No, this was the fight I covered. He didn't fight Machuno. I'm tripping. Don't get me wrong, I've been smoking. Listen, no, he fought him, and it was crazy. I got the video up on the channel, but I believe Lawrence Okolie can beat him. When is he fighting? I'm going to make it my business to cover his next fight. When are you fighting, bro? I don't think he's fought since COVID. Nope, he's been on for quite some time. And I've seen this Constantine dude fight before, but against who? I don't remember. But you know, did I say? I've seen him fight before. So this dude, get out of here, dialing. Where we at? What was we doing? Gulamarian, he's approaching a 2-year layoff. as the WBA Super Champion. I wonder what's going on there. I wonder what's going on there. Is he traded by Abel Hussein? I mean Abel Sanchez? Because I see his big bear right there. I've seen him fight before, but as I told you, my memory is shit, man. You know, I was in a coma, post-traumatic stress disorder, you know, life support, all that. You know, I'm a little messed up. And then I smoke pot now. So, you know, there's that. By the way, they're talking to Dylan White. All that money Dylan White got, he'd be looking like a regular street dude. That's not an insult. I like that. So, yeah, you know, yo, he can unify the division. I'm going to go ahead and say he can beat Makabu if he boxes, uses his height and reach, he can beat Briedis. On the inside, I don't know if he can really fuck with Briedis. And then I'm guessing after that, Rain, maybe fight a Dorticos or something like that, move up to heavyweight. I'm not going to say he should go to the Bridgerweight division. I know we're working with the WBC network, powered by the Vive network. The body shot will come around again. Boom. But when they first hired me, they said I don't have to shill. And I don't have to agree with everything about the WBC. So by the way, down below in the description box are a few links. One for Apple, one for Google, and one for Roku, where I would like for you to download the WBC app. Help a brother out. Get this thing popping. Some exclusive interviews are going to be coming on the app soon. Going to do it kind of like a HBO Max type of thing, where probably going to release the interviews that I'm going to be doing on the app, and then after like a certain amount of time, you know, I'll bring them over onto the channel or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So in the meantime, I'm waiting to see if they talk to Lawrence Okolie, because it's like, you know, you're talking to Dylan White, and why are you not talking to the guy who won first? Like, you know, the actual champion. You gave Campbell Hatton his interview.
Second when he gets a knockdown.
Let's listen in now.
Just behind the ear. And it was over Prasovic before it begins.
Do you feel like that's coming from his new coach, from Shane McGuigan?
Yeah, I think Shane's a very clever guy. He's a very underestimated trainer. Because he's a young guy, a lot of people are giving him the credit he deserves, but he studies. And he, even with other fighters, George Grove, Anthony Fowler, all of these guys, you can see all the system he put into these guys. That George Groves, he encouraged him to punch harder, be a lot more efficient, and to be a lot more aggressive with his style as well. Lawrence Okolie is the same thing. He's teaching him to pull back a little bit, but be more precise and more effective with the straight punches.
So what do you think that this win does for him in terms of moving him closer to a shot at the other title holders? Does it do that?
No, the win doesn't do that. What it does is it just gets the mandatory out the way.
Yeah.
And this allows him to start negotiating with the other champion. So as we touched on before, people will rate Marius Briedis as #1. Lunga Makabu, WBC champion, at #2. And the other belts are fragmented, and he just wants to bring them all together. I do believe he's on a limited time scale, because I think he's tight at the weight. He's huge for a cruiserweight. But believe you me, the gulf and difference between a cruiserweight and a legitimate heavyweight is massive.
It is, because you're talking a guy that's used to operating at 200 pounds, and someone's used to operating at 250, 260, 240, 230.
Sparring guys, Dillian, who are 260, 270.
Exactly, like I'm sparring some massive guys at the minute. I'm a big guy, I'm like 255 at the minute, and I'm sparring guys who's like 270, 2 meters and 270.
And they take it,
guys.
Dillian.
Yeah, and you hit them with punches that usually knock guys.
DAZN is already messing around with my videos. They took 2 of them down already, so they're probably going to mess around with this. So I apologize if they make me edit out some of these little clips here. You know, they be really funny with their content, and basically what they be doing is really like illegal, because we're allowed to use brief clips and everything for news reporting. But the problem is, when you use them and you go to like try to fight the claim, they hold the video for the whole, like, for 30 days. And by that time, people don't want to see this shit no more. So, you know, I've been really trying to, like, be patient with them and not send my lawyer after their ass, like I've had to do with networks in the past before. It's just like, bro, like, I understand y'all starving, but, like, yo, let a nigga do his job. So I'm wondering, like, why they're taking so long to interview Lawrence Okolie. So let's take a jump cut. Please take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and teach through controversy with Fight View 360.
Skate, Lawrence, successful first defence of your world title. You knew there was no room for complacency tonight, and you got the job done in very clinical fashion.
Yeah, no, I'm happy, you know, get it done, and now I can look onto the unifications. It's difficult in training. As much as I stay focused on the job, I'm so eager to get the unifications that it's hard, you know, when I'm boxing these mandatory challengers who, you know, you train hard for the fight, but they've got styles where they don't really want to win the same way a champion would. So I can't get my shots off the same way, but, you know, we settled into the fight and got the job done.
I think anyone that's watched you over the years is clear for all to see your progression. The old you may have looked for the right hand a little too early, but you seem to be learning the value of patience, not just what shots to throw, but when to throw them.
Yeah, that's the main thing, patience. Shane even saying, why are you throwing the 1-2 so early? You know, you have to build them because they have grown a reputation, and then secondly, when they're in the ring, they can feel the shot. So they instantly go into like, sort of like a startled mode, where it's hard to find the next one. So I have to be more selective. I'm gonna, like I said, back to the drawing board, and we go and hope I can get the next one done in 1 round.
Well, we don't know who the next one's going to be yet. I said to you earlier, we'll speak about the future afterwards. You've got the job done now. So, when you look at the other champions, Arsene Gulamarian, Lunga Makabu, Myris Briedis, who is on your hit list and in what order?
Me personally, I want Briedis out of the rest of them because Briedis is ranked #1 and he's got the most accomplishments at the weight. So beating him would catapult me to #1 and put me down in the history of the cruiserweights in Britain and, God willing, the world. So he's the one I'm most after. However, whichever one they can get me, I'll take.
Do you get the impression from the early feelers that have been put out that these guys want to fight you, or do you think this is going to take something?
Yeah, I believe they will, because obviously as a champion you believe you're the best in the world, and obviously with Eddie, with DAZN, with Sky, with all of these big backers in Britain, and the British fans, you know, 60-something thousand people, they want to see, they're going to want a taste of that. You know, we're in it for the money and the legacy, so, you know, I bring both.
You've come a long way in the last 10 years. Anthony Josh has been a big part of that journey. To box on your mentor's undercard and defend a world title in front of the best part of 70,000 people, this must be a special moment for you.
No, it's special. I mean, you've been there for the majority of it, you know, since the amateurs. So you've seen the progression. I've had to overcome highs and lows as an amateur. I'm on a high right now as a professional, so it's amazing to be on that journey. I'm really thankful for AJ and the part he's played in my career and my life in general. And to box on such an amazing show is amazing. And I'm wishing him nothing but love and success today.
Of course, at some point in your career, you'll be joining him up at heavyweight.
Yes.
Have you set yourself a kind of expiry date on getting these fights and unifications made at Cruiserweight? And if so, what is that expiry date?
As soon as I've got all the belts, you know, as quickly and as efficiently as I can do that, I'll go up. If I could get Briedis and then in the next 3 fights, I'll go up. But it's about how, you know, how we can manufacture that, especially with making weight. You know, I made it well this time, but we don't know about the next one. So I'm just, you know, trying to get it done.
Well, congratulations tonight, Lawrence. Brilliant performance.
Cheers, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, with that being said, because they're probably going to make me edit this video up too, but I like that. Go after Briedis, get that out the way. You know, I'm see, here's the thing. Like, I'm kind of comfortable saying that he can beat Briedis. I think he can do it. But why don't I feel comfortable saying it? I don't know. I think he can do it. I think he would ice Makabu. But him right here, I gotta go watch. But, you know, with that layoff, so I'm guessing, you know, I go off the Briedis, you know, make a lot of money right there. And also, you know, Briedis and Usyk had a really tough fight, you know, so he's right about the accomplishments. And then, you know, one of these. Briedis, what? I'm guessing, you know, see, we got to figure out what Briedis is doing, because he said he was going to go to heavyweight, but now he's staying at cruiserweight. You know, we're going to have to see. On T Street Controversy with 5u360.com. Please subscribe.